Some mornings you wake up and realize your body feels different, but you can't quite explain why. You're not sick, you're still moving fine, but there's a quiet part of you that feels like it's been slowly fading. It's not about pain or weakness. It's about a kind of stillness inside that didn't used to be there. For many men over 60, this quiet change isn't something they talk about, but they feel it deeply. What if this change wasn't just about aging? What if it was your body gently telling you that something is missing? A small nutrient, a broken rhythm, or a signal that needs support. The good news is your body still remembers how to feel strong, clear, and steady. It just needs a little help, and sometimes that help comes in the form of something as simple as a handful of the right food. In today's video, we'll talk about a small but powerful natural tool that may help support blood flow, hormone balance, and overall male vitality in a way that feels gentle, steady, and real. If you're over 60, stay with me. This might change how you care for yourself every single day. Let me know where you're watching from, and if you've ever felt something similar, your story matters. You don't always notice it right away. At first, it's just small things, feeling a little more tired at the end of the day, taking a few seconds longer to get going in the morning, or finding that your energy doesn't last as long as it used to. These quiet changes don't scream for attention, but they slowly begin to shape how you feel in your skin. For men over 60, one of the most common but least talked about shifts is in the balance of hormone, rhythm, and blood flow. It doesn't happen overnight. Your heart still beats, your muscles still move, but the inner engine feels like it's lost some of its spark. This can affect everything from sleep and digestion to focus and emotional connection. And for many men, it also touches a deeper sense of confidence, the quiet strength you once relied on to feel like yourself. Science explains this through a decline in nitric oxide, a natural molecule that tells your blood vessels to open wide. It helps circulation reach every part of your body, including the areas tied to comfort, stability, and response. After 60, nitric oxide production can drop significantly, leading to weaker blood flow and a slower hormonal rhythm. But here's the hopeful part. This decline isn't final. According to the National Institute on Aging, many of these changes can be supported through gentle, natural methods that help restore the body's own signals. The first step is understanding what's happening and recognizing that you're not alone. This isn't failure, it's just your body asking for a different kind of support. And sometimes the solution starts not in a pharmacy, but in your kitchen. Sometimes nature hides its best medicine in the most ordinary places. Sitting on a grocery store shelf, often overlooked, is a little green nut that may hold more strength than most people realize. It's not flashy. It's not new, but for men over 60, it could be one of the most supportive foods you add to your day. We're talking about the pistachio, a nut that doesn't just nourish your body, but gently reminds it how to function as it once did. Pistachios are rich in L-arginine, an amino acid that your body naturally converts into nitric oxide. As we mentioned earlier, nitric oxide is the signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and open, making circulation smoother and more efficient. When this flow improves, it doesn't just help your heart or your legs. It supports vitality, clarity, and responsiveness in areas often affected by aging. But that's just the beginning. These small green nuts also contain plant sterols that help lower LDL cholesterol, reducing the buildup that narrows your blood vessels. They're packed with antioxidants that fight off inflammation, which often disrupts hormone signaling. And they offer healthy fats, the kind that naturally supports hormone stability and energy balance. One man I worked with, Frank, age 68 from Vermont, was skeptical. He said, "How can a snack do what pills couldn't?" But he agreed to try. One small handful each afternoon, unsalted and dry roasted. 3 weeks later, Frank walked into my office with a brighter step and a quiet smile. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I've woken up." Of course, pistachios are not magic. They won't replace a healthy lifestyle. But when combined with movement, hydration, and care, they become a powerful ally for men seeking to restore their rhythm from within. It's not about fixing what's broken. It's about feeding what's still alive inside you. And sometimes all it takes is something simple to help you feel more like yourself again. The beauty of nature is that it never focuses on just one function. It restores balance by touching everything at once. That's exactly what makes pistachios such a powerful support for men over 60. When you eat this nut daily, you're not just helping one part of your body, you're awakening a chain reaction that travels from your arteries to your brain, your muscles, your energy, and yes, your quiet sense of self. Let's begin with circulation. Pistachios contain natural compounds that gently relax the inner lining of your blood vessels, allowing blood to move more freely. This isn't just about comfort. It's about oxygen-rich blood reaching every cell, bringing nutrients, removing waste, and resetting the rhythm of your heart, kidneys, and digestive system. Better blood flow also means better delivery of hormones, especially testosterone, the key driver of male vitality and emotional stability. Now let's talk about inflammation. After 60, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes a silent enemy. It clogs your tissues, stiffens your arteries, and interferes with how your nerves and hormones communicate. Pistachios, thanks to their high antioxidant content, help calm this silent fire. This creates a clearer path for nerve signals supporting not only physical response, but mental sharpness and clarity. Then there's cholesterol. Many men don't realize that excess LDL cholesterol doesn't just affect your heart, it narrows the arteries that supply blood to all vital areas. When these vessels are compromised, your body struggles to deliver what it needs, especially in moments when it matters most. Pistachios contain plant-based sterols that naturally lower LDL levels, helping to cleanse and protect your vascular system. Finally, pistachios offer the kind of healthy fats your body craves. After 60, the ones that help your brain function, your joints move with ease, and your hormonal clock stay in rhythm. These fats are essential building blocks for testosterone, helping to restore the natural rhythm of male hormone production without artificial stimulation or harsh medication. So when you eat a small handful each day, you're not just treating a symptom, you're nourishing a whole ecosystem within you, one that quietly affects everything from confidence to digestion, from circulation to memory. This is why it works, because it works with you, not against you. And that, my friend, is the kind of medicine that lasts. Many men hear about pistachios and rush to the store eager to see results, but a few weeks later they feel disappointed. It didn't work for me, they say, unaware that the benefits were quietly being undone by small, invisible mistakes. The truth is, how you use this nut matters just as much as why you use it. One of the most common mistakes is choosing the wrong type. Flavored pistachios, those coated in salt, sugar, or honey, may taste good, but they come with hidden problems. Excess sodium can raise blood pressure and stiffen your arteries, working against everything pistachios are meant to help. Added sugars increase inflammation and disrupt hormone signals. What your body truly needs are plain, dry roasted, or raw pistachios with no added oil or seasoning. Another mistake lies in pairing pistachios with unhealthy habits. Some men add the nut to their diet, but continue to smoke, drink heavily, or consume processed foods high in trans fats. Others live a mostly sedentary life, sitting for long hours without movement. It's like planting a seed in dry, poisoned soil. The body can't thrive in that environment, no matter how good the seed is. And perhaps the most silent mistake of all is expecting instant results. Pistachios aren't a pill. They don't force change, they support it. And support takes time. Just like muscle builds slowly, circulation and hormonal rhythm repair gradually through consistency, not urgency. Used correctly, pistachios are a quiet tool, not a quick trick. The men who see the biggest change are the ones who understand this and stay patient. It rarely happens with a bang. More often, it's a whisper, a quiet return of energy you thought was gone. Some men describe it as a deeper breath, others as a sense of calm in their chest. And still others just say, I feel more like myself again. After 3 steady weeks of adding pistachios to their day, something changes, not dramatically, but undeniably. And what shifts is not just physical. It's emotional too. One of my patients, Henry, age 72 from Ohio, had spent years trying to fix the fatigue he felt every morning. He had tried supplements, adjusted his sleep, even changed medications. Nothing seemed to work until he made one small commitment. I didn't believe it would do much, he said, but I stuck to it. One small handful, every day, no excuses. 3 weeks later, he called me not to report numbers or lab results, but to tell me he had danced in the kitchen with his wife for the first time in years. Not because someone told him to, but because he felt like it. That's the kind of shift we're talking about. A gentle return of motivation, a quiet spark of confidence, a soft lift in mood. For many men, it shows up as better focus during the day. For others, deeper sleep. For some, it's that unmistakable feeling that the engine inside them is turning again steadily, naturally, with no force. Science supports this. Improved blood flow doesn't just benefit the body, it feeds the brain, lifts the heart, and reawakens emotional connection. When your cells are nourished, your mood often follows. And when your hormone rhythm stabilizes, you feel not just steady, but alive. That's why I never tell my patients to chase a result. I tell them to listen to the little signs, the soft shifts, the gentle pulse of energy returning. Because healing doesn't always look dramatic. It often looks like life. And when you begin to feel that quiet rhythm come back, that's when you know something inside you is waking up. The best part about this small daily habit is how easy it is to follow. No complicated schedule, no expensive tools, just one handful of the right kind of pistachios at the right time with a little bit of care. And that simplicity is exactly why it works. For most men, I recommend starting with 1 to 2 ounces per day, roughly a small handful. That's enough to deliver the nutrients without overdoing calories or fats. Always choose unsalted, dry roasted, or raw pistachios. Avoid versions with added sugar, oil, or flavors, as they can reverse the very benefits you're after. Your body doesn't need fancy, it needs pure. The ideal time to eat them is mid-afternoon or just before dinner. This is often when energy begins to dip and when your body is ready to receive nutrients that support hormone and circulation rhythm. Pair the pistachios with a tall glass of water to help absorption. If possible, follow it up with a 10-minute walk. That small movement helps carry nutrients through your bloodstream, enhancing their effect. What matters most is not perfection, but consistency. Day after day, as these nutrients accumulate, your body starts to rebuild. Your blood vessels soften, inflammation fades, hormone signals become clearer. You may not notice a dramatic change on day 3 or even day 7, but somewhere in week 2 or 3, a quiet shift begins. And that's where the real change lives. Pistachios are not a miracle cure, but they are one of nature's most complete supports for men over 60 looking to restore balance. When used with intention, they do more than feed your body. They help reset the quiet inner rhythm that aging often blurs. Simple, natural, steady, that's the way healing was always meant to work. And it all begins with a small decision made every day with care and with trust. When men talk about aging, they often speak about what they've lost: strength, energy, focus. But beneath those words lies something even deeper. What they're really grieving is a quiet erosion of identity. The ability to wake up and feel present, confident, and whole. For many, that loss is not about appearance or ability. It's about how they see themselves when no one else is looking. And this is where small habits like pistachios become something much larger. They're not just food. They're a signal, a daily reminder that you still care for your body, that you're still in charge of your health, that you're choosing to show up for yourself. That act alone, repeated day after day, begins to rebuild something that often fades with age: your belief in your own power. One man I worked with, Leonard, age 70 from Arizona, once told me, "It wasn't about my heart or my legs. It was about walking into a room and feeling invisible." After a few weeks of shifting his habits, including pistachios and a simple morning walk, he said something I'll never forget. "I feel like I've returned to myself." That feeling, the sense of being fully alive in your own body, can't be found in a bottle. It comes from within, and it begins with trust. Trust that your body still wants to work. Trust that change is possible no matter your age. And trust that one small step taken every day can lead to a new kind of strength, not flashy or loud, but steady, rooted, and real. This is about more than nutrients. It's about what happens when you start listening to yourself again, when you begin to honor your rhythm, fuel your engine, and remember that your story is far from over. You don't need to chase youth. You just need to return to your quiet power. And that starts not with perfection, but with presence. There's something powerful about small things done with care. A single choice repeated daily, a quiet shift in habit, a gentle nudge in the right direction. That's how change begins. And that's how a small handful of pistachios each day has helped hundreds of men rediscover a part of themselves they thought was lost. This isn't about magic. It's about biology, rhythm, and trust. Pistachios support the inner systems that fuel male vitality. After 60, your circulation, your hormone balance, your nervous system. When used consistently, they help restore a flow that aging has quietly slowed. Not just in the body, but in the mind, in the confidence, in the stillness. That becomes motion again. The best part, you don't need to do everything at once. You just need to begin one handful once a day with patience, with intention. Maybe you pair it with a glass of water, maybe with a short walk. Maybe it becomes a signal to yourself. I still matter. My health still matters. That mindset alone has the power to reshape how you feel in your skin today and every day after. So if something in today's message spoke to you, let it take root. Don't wait for a crisis to care for your strength. Start now when your body is still asking, not yet shouting. Start with something simple, something natural, something quiet but real. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel and share it with someone you care about. Your support allows us to continue bringing practical, science-based guidance to men seeking health and balance in their later years.